Welcome to the Model Context Protocol training series, your step-by-step guide to building smarter, more connected AI applications. We'll start with the basics, introducing MCP as the universal connector for AI and tools. From there, we'll dive into its core architecture, best practices for security, and setting up your own development environment. As the sessions progress, you'll gain hands-on experience building servers, connecting clients, and deploying real-world applications. We'll explore advanced enterprise integration, scalability, and multimodal support before turning to community contributions and real case studies in fields like healthcare, finance, and automation. By the end, you'll have the knowledge and skills to build, scale, and contribute to the future of AI with MCP. Let's get started. Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short, if you've ever tried building a generative AI application that does more than just chat, you've probably run into some challenges. How do you connect it to real-time data? How do you call tools like calculators or search engines? And how do you keep it all scalable and maintainable? That's exactly where MCP comes in. The Model Context Protocol is an open, standardized interface that helps AI models like large language models communicate with the outside world. Think APIs, tools, data sources, all working together through a consistent architecture. MCP allows your model to not only respond intelligently, but also take action. As AI applications grow in complexity, custom integrations just don't scale. You end up with one-off solutions, brittle pipelines, and code that breaks whenever something changes. MCP fixes that by acting as a universal layer so your model can interact with any tool or resource in a consistent way. And what's really powerful is that this standardization opens the door to building smarter, more agentic systems. You can plug in tools once and then reuse them across multiple models or projects. Plus, it makes it way easier to extend functionality further down the line. Here are some of the key benefits. Interoperability. You can work across different vendors and platforms. Consistency. Models behave the same way with any tool. Reusability. You build a tool once and then you can use it everywhere. And faster development. There's no more starting from scratch each time. At a high level, MCP follows a client-server model. You have an MCP host, which runs the AI model, an MCP client, often your app, which sends requests, and an MCP server that provides tools, resources, and context your model might need. MCP servers manage things like tool registries, authentication, and formatting responses so the model can understand them. When the model needs help, maybe it wants to search the web or run some calculations, it talks to the server, which handles the rest. Here's how the MCP works. The client sends a user prompt to the model. The model realizes it needs external help. It sends a request via SMTP to the server. The server executes, the tool returns a result, and the model completes its response. It's simple, clean, and also scalable. And if you're ready to give this a try yourself, then good news, there are MCP servers in Java, JavaScript, Python, and C#. So you can start building your own MCP servers in a programming language you're already familiar with. And here's where things get exciting. MCP is being used in enterprise data integration to connect models with internal tools and CRMs, agentic AI systems where models autonomously decide which tools to use, multimodal apps combining text, images, and audio tools. And then there's real-time data access, so responses are always fresh. Think of MCP as the USB-C of AI, a universal connector. Just like USB-C helped unify device charging, MCP unifies how models access tools and data. Once something speaks MCP, your agent can use it without needing custom integrations. This also means you can scale. One model, many servers, each with different capabilities. You can add a new server and the client automatically knows what tools are available. There's no extra wiring needed. By grounding your model in real data, you keep sensitive information secure, and you give your model capabilities that it was never trained for. MCP is a standard interface for AI models to use tools and access context. It makes your apps more extensible, more consistent, and easier to maintain. And you can scale with confidence, adding new tools or servers without breaking things.